54th win of the season for the San Antonio Spurs. It was a dominant one, 136-111, 25-point victory. They are 22-2 in their last 24 games since February 1st. And that same trio that had 20 or more against Indiana did it again against the Miami Heat. Victor Wembanyama, Dylan Harper, Keldon Johnson, of course, Steph Cass with 19 points and 6 helpers. This is Spurs Live. Chris Miles here with you from the Casillas Center. There were 6 players in double figures. As you saw, 3 players with 20 or more. And the Spurs get their 6th consecutive win. And now just one more victory, and they lock up a top 4 spot out west. Jacob, Sean, it was a dominant performance after that 10-0 run they went on in the second quarter, and they never looked back.
Yeah, the defense definitely got ratcheted up in that second half, led by the man, Victor Wembanyama, who had 5 blocks tonight. And when he has 5 or more blocks, Sean, the Spurs are 14-1, pretty much unbeatable.
Yeah, probably could have had more blocks, but had a lot of deterrals at the rim. I mean, a lot of guys got in there and decided otherwise. They didn't want to take a shot. Here's Norm Powell trying to beat him using the rim to protect his shot. Victor, that's after breaking up a drive on one end, comes back, gets a dunk, and he's out there having a lot of fun, just throwing it up there to himself. I mean, he's his own pressure release. Normally you talk about a pressure release with point guards. You know, they get in trouble. You throw it up to your big guy. Victor throws it up to himself lots of times, off the glass. Maybe he's a little off balance, that one there. He throws it up there and he goes back and he gets his own rebound. He's just something that is otherworldly right now. And what he's doing, like I said, on both ends of the floor, no other player in this league is doing that. Not even close.
No, absolutely. And I point to the rebounding advantage. Tonight it was, 37 for Miami, 62. I mean, that's big. In the playoffs, when things slow down, you need to rebound.
Yeah, you have to get every board. You have to give yourself second opportunities as well. You got to have great defensive stands and then clean up the mess. And our guys did that splendidly tonight in that second half. In the third quarter, there were so many times that Miami Heat, it was one-and-done basketball. They'd shoot a shot, get in the lane, maybe Victor would deter them, throw something off the glass, and that was it. There were no second or third opportunities, no offensive rebounds. So our guys were locked in, and it's great to see because you always worry when you come to this city. There's the New York flu, there's the Miami flu, there's the LA flu. And we all know what that's about. If you've been around the league, that's going out, staying out too long, having too much fun in the city, and then you're not ready to play. And that happens to so many teams. Not to our guys tonight. They were locked in.
No, they were locked in for sure, setting the tone for this 3-game road trip, which when you looked at it at the start, you know, a play-in team, a team that is, frankly, really struggling, trying to lose games. They want a good draft pick in the Memphis Grizzlies, and then Milwaukee, which has kind of been up and down with Giannis in and out of the lineup. So you start the road trip off right.
Yeah, so you owe Memphis one because you lost a heartbreaker in Memphis earlier this year, a game that our guys should have won and, you know, ultimately could come back to bite them in the standings if you don't catch Oklahoma City. They were without Ja Morant that game and somehow found a way to win that one. And so our guys owe them. And then you talk about Miami and that whole situation with Giannis. It's just been kind of a mess all year long. I don't think Giannis really has anything to do with that. I think it's the media creating stories. Does he want to stay? Does he want to go? And now he wants to continue to play even though he's coming back from injury. And then you hear that management doesn't want him to play. And so a little discombobulated over there. So that will be interesting as well. 6
more wins, and this team has 60.
And this is one on my calendar I wasn't sure. I put as a maybe when I was going through the numbers. A convincing, overwhelming performance, a dominant win. So, you know, I'm not going to get ahead of myself because strange things can happen, but I think 60 is well within reach.
Next year, how about you get one of these suits and we wear it together?
Probably not. Probably not.
Well,
somebody told me that was
real men wear salmon.
Okay. All right. I don't even know what to say to that. Sounds like something an Eskimo would say.
Carter Bryant flying high. That's it for us. Chris Miles with more on the other side. For Crockett and Tubbs, peace out.
So a sixth consecutive win for the San Antonio Spurs, as Jacob said, starting this three-game road trip on the good foot. 136-111, your final score. They were up 18 at the half and never looked back. Mitch Johnson's group, earlier in the season, they struggled to maintain and hold leads. That not the case as the season progresses. Again, 22-2 in their last 24 games. Here's the reigning Western Conference Coach of the Month, Mitch Johnson.
We try to develop and evolve skill sets that can mix and match. So handler, screener, shooter, spacer, roller, popper, the more people that can do those types of things, dribble, pass, shoot, the more you can be plug and play different combinations and configurations in whatever play or environment and shape you want to play out of. And then it isn't also a dead end depending on how other teams guard you, whether that's matchups or coverage and schematically. And so good teams at times are going to take, and all teams at times are going to try to take away something, and good teams do a good job of taking away certain things. And I think we've done a great job all year of embracing that and understanding whatever they take away, that means there's something else out there that we need to continue to find and look for and try to take advantage of.
Hi, Coach. I know it's not the main goal, but I'd like to ask you about the MVP. Everybody's talking about Luka recently a lot. Obviously, Say is there, Nicola. So about Wemby, how close do you think he is of that award?
I think he's close. No, I mean, all those guys you named are deserving. A couple of them already have that award. And I'm very biased. I get to see one of those guys every single night. I get to see him on the practice court. I get to see what he does in the morning. I get to see what he does right now after the game. So I understand my opinion and outlook and perspective is very different than almost everyone else, but he affects as much of the game in every single way on the court on both ends, with and without the ball. What the other team tries to do, plan for, scheme, adjust to on both sides of the basketball. In my very ignorant opinion, as much as any other player I've ever seen. And so I think, take that for whatever it's worth. But he is someone that touches every bit of our program on, and then I haven't even mentioned off the court. So I think he's very close.
Do you want to just go ahead and mention off the court then?
Sure. He's a guy that is more inclined to get up here after I talk tonight about why Keldon Johnson's going to be Sixth Man of the Year, why Steph Castle's going to be Defensive Player of the Year, why Dylan Harper would be Rookie of the Year if he wasn't on a team that had so many guys like we do. And so when you have your face of the franchise and a 22-year-old leader who's that mature and about the team with that type of perspective, it sets the stage and the order and the rhythm for everyone else in the locker room, let alone the organization. And when you have someone with that type of temperament and that type of perspective and that type of desire to want to do it with others and share with others and be as together as he wants and understand that he can't do this alone, it makes it pretty easy in terms of the collective group wanting to do it together. It's not easy to execute, but that togetherness that's in that locker room is something we talk about a lot, and I think we only do it because people see it, but you really can't articulate it. And so I try to respect the questions, but it is something that you really can't feel unless you're in there.
The Houston game's not over, and I know division championships don't really mean much anymore, but considering where this program was just a couple of years ago, there's going to be at least one banner in your building next year that says champions on it with this year. What will that mean, if anything, to this group?
I think it will probably mean a lot of different things for different people. I think for myself, It just means that we're heading in the right direction, and hopefully the organization feels good about the commitment that we've made this year of trying to do things the right way and not skip steps, and been able to see some return of that investment. And I think we feel like our community, our city, and our fans deserve a competitive team. And so to be able to say that we are back being competitive and that's what we want to continue to do, that feels good for me, from my perspective, because I've been here when we haven't been as competitive and we haven't been fighting for division championships, let alone whatever is out there in that vicinity.
Well, Victor Wembanyama competitive every single night. 26 points, 14 rebounds, 4 assists, and 5 big blocks, and some crowd-pleasing moments even on the road. You hear the oohs and ahs when he throws down big dunks just like this. You're watching Spurs Live on the FanDuel Sports Network. Six Spurs scored in double figures tonight. Steph Castle had it going and flowing from outside, right out of the gate, was dropping dimes, had 6 of those, 19 points, 7 rebounds, and this nice little baseline jumper. Castle leading the way early as the Spurs get their 6th consecutive win, and Steph Castle looking good, shooting from long range. So as I mentioned, the San Antonio Spurs, it's 6 wins in a row now, their 54th win of the season. We heard from Steph Castle earlier, like Victor Wembanyama said, they're aiming for 60 before this regular season is over. Next up, the Memphis Grizzlies, a team struggling, as Sean Elliott mentioned, and they have them on Wednesday. Pre-game starts at 6:30. Game tips off at 7 right here on the FanDuel Sports Network. See what Steph Castle can do. Maybe another triple-double alert like he had in the first half of this one for the Memphis Grizzlies. Well, that is Ty Jerome on your screen. Remember last time against Memphis, in Memphis though, it was the Grizzlies that hit that game winner. So maybe some revenge in the mix for your San Antonio Spurs, who win big tonight, 136-111. 6 wins in a row, 22-2 since February 1st. This team is rolling. Look to continue to do that on this 3-game road trip. Sean Elliott, Jake and Toby did an excellent job on the call. I'm Chris Miles. Thank you for hanging out with us on the FanDuel Sports Network. We'll see you again on Wednesday in Memphis.